Hi, and welcome to Designing with Casual Elegance. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you, and I hope you enjoy today's content. We are going to talk about exterior house colors. And this is something you really don't see a lot on TV. You know, you see people setting stuff around. Well, here in Bella Vista, we have what's called the Architectural Control Committee, and you have to submit your paint colors to them for approval. And the expert is Selina Leigh, and she is here with me today to talk about this and figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
So I really want to paint my house this color.
Yeah.
With a light colored trim. And can I do it turquoise door?
You can the door. You can the door. Unfortunately, not the mauve pink colors, but they are really pretty. But unfortunately, the rules don't include those colors.
So the rules, I understand some of them, but what are they?
So the initial goal is for the homes to complement the surrounding areas of Bella Vista, you know, the nature and the woodland settings that here in Bella Vista. So to get to that, they came up with colors that are approved as far as your browns, tans, grays, greens, and some earth reds. Now, you can get too light and too dark on those colors as well that wouldn't be approved. So with your help, thank you very much, we came up with a guide to let everybody know and for us to follow as well as far as the light reflective value. So on those, the majority of the time you stay within that range of colors and you keep the light reflective value between 10 and 55. The majority of the time those are approved colors. And if you want to add your trim colors into that, we usually say stay within 30 points either direction of the main color that you pick. And the majority of the time, that's going to be approved. So.
Okay. Well, and that's what I did when I was putting this together to share with people that they actually have a pretty good variety.
Yeah,
and
they really do.
I started with just neutrals. We've got others. But what I love is you can do your door any color.
Yes.
And this is where you can put that big pop. You know, you want the blue house, but you can't have a blue house, but you could have a bright blue door.
Yep.
So what I did here is take a couple colors. I think either of these could be the body of the house.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's too light.
It could be, but it would be close to use with this darker one. Definitely could use it with this one.
Okay.
This one would be too light to put with this one.
Right. These two could work together. And I have the light reflectance values of each one. You know, so starting with your universal khaki, it's a 40.
Yeah.
So right in the center. And then if you want to go really dark trim, it's still within 30 points because that is 22.
Yeah, so that would be perfect.
Yeah, and and it took a long time going through and making sure. Funny thing, when I was doing this, on some of them, you can work within the card.
Yes, we actually do that a lot when we're offering up other options.
Yeah. Well, you know, so I was able to pick from the strip, but I'll show you later. It doesn't always work.
Yeah.
So, and then if somebody wanted that white look, this is not a pure white. If you see against the poster board, and its reflective value is 73.
Yeah.
So it's a little white, but it's not 95.
Right, yeah.
It's not, you know, so I tried to stay calm. You
Yeah.
know, it is, if we move over, you can see this would be your white.
Right.
Which isn't even close. But went a little bit darker with the body. And what I love is changing these around. So if you have, that is your trim on that body. And, you know, if you're going light.
Yeah.
And those, so they're either going to work together this way or this way, not this way.
Most likely not, yeah. Yeah, it's a little too much.
Yeah.
But I think people, you know, I know that the trend right now is they want it to pop. and look, eye-popping. And so, unfortunately, that's not the policy, and that we can't do that. But we do try to get close to that. And so, yes, when you're try and use a different white or a cream or something a little bit darker, you still will get that the wow factor.
Yeah.
You just don't realize that it can be that contrasting, and so.
Well, people don't realize when you do something like this, because of the amount of sunlight we have, it looks white.
Yes.
So, you're still getting that look. You don't think you are, but
you are. Yeah.
Yeah. I learned that with our first house.
Yeah.
The painter said, no, you want this. It will look white.
Yeah.
Because we were doing a deep green.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had to, and it wasn't even a neighborhood thing. We could do whatever color we wanted. We just went on his recommendation, which they do it every day.
Right,
They see
yeah.
the houses, they know. So again, staying in the deeper neutral colors. But when we get over to here, this is what was interesting. Let's see. I believe that is grounded. Okay, on this card, if you were to do all of this, these colors are going to make your house look pink.
Yes.
So this is where I skipped over, and it's like, no, I know what that's going to do. I've had one of those colors in a home inside. No, it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't live with this.
Yeah, grays can do that as well. They can, if they have a blue undertone, they can pull that blue. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, those would be ones we wouldn't approve because we know it's going to turn out more blue than what is on the sample.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing that I find interesting about all this, when Bella Vista was first coming about, it was actually a resort community, and they were pushing the lakes.
Yeah.
Although I guess Mildred Cooper never, they might have called it a resort community, but never bought into the light colors and
Yeah.
bright colors and
Yeah.
coastal colors.
They wanted it to complement and blend in with the area,
Yeah.
So.
I know, and I'd sit here and laugh and it's like, well, I get that, but this is not Colorado. We're not in the mountains.
Yeah.
But we are kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
So anyways, our neutrals. And like I said, I love having fun, different door colors.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's...
I'm glad that they changed that. It's been several years now.
Okay. And trim, of course, has to coordinate. I'm going to bring up shutters. I know you said you really don't talk.
So for the trim, our definition, just for color purposes, that's going to be your fascia, soffits, your window trim, not the pane, your garage door, and your decking and your posts. When it comes to shutters or gutters, we really aren't going to dictate too much on that unless you're doing, maybe you decided to go one of the neutrals and then you want to put hot pink.
Yeah.
We can't do that, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little
Yeah,
jarring.
that would be intense.
And I think most people are pretty reasonable about selecting their colors.
Yeah.
And of course, here you need to be. And I get it, not a problem. So I did another board with grays. And again, body or trim and mixing them up in different ways. These are, this obviously is a brown gray.
Yeah.
You can see the brown undertones in that. I really didn't do any blue grays.
Yeah.
I was trying to be very careful
Yeah.
with all of this. And then our other grays. And, no white with this one. We do have a white here, and it's a little brighter. But these two together, although
Right.
you probably wouldn't approve this as a body color.
That one's a little light. These two are good, and then these two, and then these three you could do.
Okay, cool. And then a nice grape-colored front door.
I think that looks great. I do. I like that one.
I've always liked gray and plum colors
Yeah.
together. I don't know. I think they complement each other well. Same thing here. I don't have a white. I think it was the same color if you were to do a white. This light reflectance would work
Yeah.
with the lighter gray. And then, of course, with the tricorn black is actually door color.
Yeah.
In addition, because I don't think it's approved as a trim color.
No, you can use it as a trim.
Okay.
It really does limit you on your main body color because,
Okay.
it's a single digit on the light reflective value. So it's pretty, it's dark.
Yeah,
So,
it is very dark. And when it's done right, like these two together, I think would be stunning either way.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of black houses.
Yeah.
Black trim I think is okay. And here again, you can see that the white is not white.
yeah.
So trying to follow the rules. And then greens, which I love green. And bright colored front doors. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got to stand out somehow. And I think, these for sure is a body color.
Yeah.
With the light trim. And I believe this trim is within 30 of each of these. I'm pretty sure. It might not be. I'd have to double check. I've got my list, but, and then again, getting in deeper.
Yeah.
And this would be probably your total woodsy,
Yeah.
up in the mountains, or which I think is pretty. What I don't like to see are those really deep browns
Yeah.
and the real deep, almost black grays.
Yeah.
I'm just not so sure about
A
that.
lot of people are not wanting the browns, and I think they get stuck on that's the only ones that we approve, and it's
Yeah.
not, and so they bring in colors that aren't approved, and then they just give up,
Yeah.
and I get, this is your home, your biggest
Right.
investment, and you want to make it nice and things like that, and so I think this is great to show that here's a multitude of colors that you could use together.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Which I think is guidance. And I'm more than happy to let you have these.
Oh, yay.
So when somebody comes in. Now, the one I wasn't totally sure about, I had brighter greens,
Mm-hmm.
and they were too bright.
Right. So that's one thing we do have to be careful with is some colors can get bright. So try to stay more of a muted colors when you're looking at them. And that's why we say some reds, not all reds, because reds get bright.
Yes, they do. But, the red, oops.
So
this
this
is
would-
more,
Yes, that would be
brown
more
red.
what we would approve. Yes.
I'd love to do that, but it's not appropriate for my house. And I think that's the other thing you need to
Yeah.
look at. What is your style of house? What is going to look the best? Because I keep running it through my mind. I know what I would like that would look good with the house, but is it going to be approved? I think so.
Right.
I mean, I think I know enough to select the right color.
Yeah.
And like I said, probably a lot of people just give up because they don't understand.
Right.
Whereas if you can give them a guide, really works.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, we're more than happy to, bring in multiple samples to the office. We're first, second, third choice. We're happy to go through them all and kind of do a concept like this for them. We have no problem with that at all. We do it for builders all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There are a lot of newer light homes in the community. I don't know. Some seem very, very light.
They do, and that's the whole thing behind the LRV. The lightest we can do is 55, and in all reality, you could almost make that one look white because it is on a gray.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and so yes, they do look very lighter or a lot lighter than what they really are, and that's why we had to restrict which ones they could go with.
Okay.
Not saying that any of those other colors are not beautiful or beautiful
Right.
together. That's, unfortunately, we're not looking for that. It's to complement the area.
Well, and there again, our sun makes all of these colors look lighter than what they actually are.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. And I will say also, we're getting into people take pictures and put their enhanced pictures on the internet. That's not always what they actually are either.
Right.
So we got a lot of complaints about a blue house. It's not blue. It's only blue on the internet.
Yeah, and people don't understand, you know, that once you take a picture, it's not going to be what you actually see here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a short break, and
Great.
we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about garage doors, too.
Okay.
I've got lots on that.
All right, great.
Experience the Macadoodles difference. Shop leisurely in our friendly and spacious store 7 days a week. Browse our wine cellar. We offer the top labels and hot new wines. Wide aisles, hardwood floors, and easy-to-find, well-lit displays make shopping enjoyable. Customers are our #1 priority. If you can't find something, our courteous staff will assist you and we'll even help you to your car with your purchase. World-class customer service. Largest and best selection in the area. Low prices. Experience the Macadoodles difference today.
Welcome back. Before we move on to garage doors, during the break, we had a little discussion about the peppercorn color.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of really dark houses that look black, but they're not. So,
Yeah, definitely a good example of how colors put together can change the way they look, because the ones that are out there, they look black, but in reality they are the peppercorn with the tricorn black or iron ore. And so if you don't put anything else with those, then it's a black house.
Yeah.
A lot of them are starting to put a cedar accent to them, and that's looking really good.
Yeah.
But they fall within that LRB, so.
Yeah, well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Then the other thing, you just brought up the wood with different colors.
Yes.
We do have a picture of all of them we see are, you know, these more woods with a lot of red with grays.
Yep.
I came across this. Would something like that be approved?
Yeah, that wood accent on the front there with the windows, most definitely. We actually would prefer that to be more used.
I wish.
And it doesn't have to be, you know, the dark with the reds. You know, you could do the pine color and those used with some of the peppercorn and black. And it looks really, really good, and it really does blend with the Bella Vista, the area, and it complies with the policy.
Yeah. Well, when I saw that, because I'm a light color girl.
Yeah.
I don't like real dark.
Yeah.
Okay, garage doors.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to start first, a house, not the one we already saw.
Yeah, that one didn't have a garage.
No, it doesn't. Our house that we had in Kansas City, which, there it is, has the wood look garage door, which matches. We added the gable that was lined in cedar, and then I wanted a garage door to match. And it's hard to see, but that garage door does have windows in it.
Yes.
I absolutely love that look. We have a lot of painted garage doors. You really don't see this, yet where we came from, they were all over the place.
Oh yeah, they're different. There's a lot of different designs for garage doors, and I don't really know the reason why, but they're not used out here. But it's not because they're not permitted. They're very pretty. The different style of windows, or maybe just the accent pieces on there. Yeah, we would love to see a lot more of that.
When we paint.
Yeah.
If I can talk him into it. We'll see. Okay, so we have just your plain wood look garage door. And we're going to go through a series of these wood look.
Yeah.
Just plain. And then if you move over, adding hardware. And then a little bit more. This is actually a mahogany with heavier hardware.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get into what you're talking about, the beautiful painted, maybe it's your house body color with a trim color, or vice versa. And we can start with the first one, and then we'll bring up some more. You know, this was actually in the Precision Door showroom that is in Rogers.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
they have those garage doors that we just looked at.
Yeah.
They have there. And of course, they can custom build. One of them actually was a 3-panel, not a 4-panel.
Oh, nice.
So there's a lot of options. And of
Very much
course,
so.
a lot of different window shapes.
Yes.
And we're going to see that as we go through these painted doors.
Okay.
I love this. Well, I love all of these.
Yeah.
Because some have a wood overlay, And so you've got your trim color, your house color, coordinates, bring the whole thing together instead of this big block of a color.
Yeah,
which
yeah. It breaks it up. It gives it more character.
I think so.
Yeah.
Not only that, the personality of the people
Yeah.
that live in the house, maybe it helps that come through.
Yeah.
And then we have one with a little bit different shape windows, a little different design. And again, just something really fun and light and bright.
Yes, yeah, very beautiful. That one there has a piece above it, and I can tell you something that's becoming more popular is maybe a 2-foot section out and all the way across the garage door of a pergola style frame. And it adds a lot of character to the home. It makes it look very beautiful.
Yeah. Very good point. There was a house down the street from us in Kansas that had, well, it was the pergola look, but it was all like cedar slats coming out. Just a little more extension.
Yeah, I call them eyebrows.
But that's good. Well, just like eyebrow windows,
Yeah.
You've got square, you've got different shapes, triangles. Okay, and then this next one's a little more, well, I don't know if you can tell the design that's in that.
Yeah, the top windows have a beautiful
Iron.
Yes.
It's iron scroll work across the top, which I think is absolutely wonderful if you had a nice little Tuscan or French country. I think it could work with many different houses. And there's probably different options of the iron that you could put in there.
Yeah, we would go really well with like your patios that have the iron railings on them. That would match very well, look very beautiful.
Yeah, cool. And then I think we have one more, and now we're going really deep in color. I have to say I love this too.
Yeah.
I love garage doors that have stuff.
Yeah.
So, those are just some different options.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I, as much as you, would love to see
Yes.
some of those things come about. Then I'm going to touch on paint.
Okay.
Do people ask what kind of paint you might recommend as far as having a really good warranty?
No, we don't actually get that question, and I am not sure of the quality of the paints. I know in our office we have a lot of Sherwin-Williams samples, but that doesn't mean you can only use Sherwin-Williams.
Right.
You can use, Benjamin Moore, Valspar, any of those. I think it's just, Lowe's has a connection with Sherwin-Williams, and then we have several Sherwin-Williams stores.
Yes.
So I think that's why that one's really popular. As far as quality, I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I do know Sherwin-Williams has recently come out with quite a few colors to paint vinyl.
They do.
And it actually works, not just a regular paint on a vinyl that'll just peel.
And I didn't bring that. I should have brought that. I have the brochure of it.
Yeah.
Some beautiful colors.
Yeah, quite a few. Not as many as like the thousands in their fan deck.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Maybe 100 or so, but that's still a good variety.
Oh, and all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, just beautiful. Well, my favorite is Duration.
Okay.
And it is a Sherwin-Williams product. It has a 15-year, I believe it's a 15-year warranty. They actually call it a coating, not a paint.
Okay.
It has primer in it, but it also has Teflon in it.
Oh.
And I don't think it really dries because it kind of stays elastic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which
to work with the drastic changes in temperatures that we have? Yes.
We have used it 4 times. I know our current house, it was painted before we moved in. It is Duration, but our first house, when we did a dark green, we were in it for 9 years, and it did not fade at all.
That's nice.
So, it's like I would always recommend it. And the interesting thing is, the painter that we had, we asked him, and he had never used Duration. It was pretty new on the market.
Okay.
And after doing our house, he didn't want to use anything else.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that was it. He would only paint exteriors with Duration. Wonderful paint. You can get any color. And so we use it for the trim. The other one that's really good, there's a new one, but I forgot the name of it. I think it's Latitude.
Okay.
That's made for outdoor.
I think I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And then Valspar because they really cater to the south
Yeah.
and our heat.
Yeah.
I have to believe that's an excellent exterior paint.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it, and like I said, we're going to have to paint within the next couple years. But I'll probably stay with duration.
Yeah.
We've had such good luck with it.
Well, that's good. Good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, and even their stains. We did a dark stain on our back deck, and I think it's been 3 years maybe. Still looks great.
That's
So I am
nice, yeah.
yeah, it's not staining or anything. Even if I get water from the plants and it sits,
Yeah.
it comes right up.
That's nice.
Yeah, so they do have a great product list, and easy to find out about any of them online.
Yeah. Yeah. Sherwin-Williams has a good website. I like their
do.
website.
They do. And they're also, I love that they give me these big samples.
Yeah.
I do have lots of them, which makes it a lot easier for people.
Yeah.
If they can see, put it up on the wall and look at it different times of day
Yes.
and different times of year,
You know,
because
we-
it does change.
We do recommend sometimes, when someone's really stuck on a certain color and we know what it looks like on that material. It may be, whatever material it might be. But we do a lot of times recommend, go get a small sample, paint it, and see if you like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't. And so then they come back with other options. And so, yeah.
It's a big commitment. I mean,
Yeah.
first, the cost.
Yeah.
And my concern, when we're talking about these peppercorns, when they go to sell that house, or if you want to go to a light color, how many coats of primer and paint is it going to take to get out of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that's going to be a lot.
Actually, that would be a big deterrent for me.
Yeah,
From buying.
buying
I
the
really
house.
have to love the house.
Yeah.
Because, God, you're probably talking around 15,000 plus
Yeah.
to change that.
Just for the amount of primer alone to get it
Yes.
to where it won't change the color you want on there.
Well, so I'm hoping when I look at those, I think, I hope this is a long-term commitment for you people.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of a passing,
Yeah.
trendy thing.
Yeah,
Everything
exactly.
is.
Yeah.
Except for your good basics, which I've kind of stayed with on my boards.
Yeah. Green is becoming very popular and selling really well. And so I see that becoming a big trend here
Good.
soon.
I mean, because I love green,
I
one
do
of my
too.
favorite colors, green, yellow, and salmon. But green, there isn't a green I don't like. I don't
Right.
think.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I think they're all, we look out in nature and how many thousands of greens are out there.
Yeah.
So the one color I don't like is gray, because I don't think it's a color. It doesn't grow in nature.
Yeah.
And I've said that before.
Yeah.
I mean, black, at least there is black soil.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
is not gray, or concrete. But that's
it's
not
made.
natural. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't grow out from the ground.
Yeah.
So that, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I definitely lean to warmer colors. I like the neutrals, but everybody has a neutral house. I don't want one.
Exactly. Yes, we get that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's like I don't want to look like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And there again, when it comes to paint colors, looking at your neighbors' homes.
Yeah.
Now, we have two across the street from us. One is really dark, dark, dark with, looks like black trim. It's probably the darkest brown.
Yeah.
And you can't, it's just this brown.
Yeah.
The one next to it I really like, because they do have a dark brown garage door, but deeper trim, but then it's broken up in the front with some beautiful brick tones.
Yeah.
And, and the design of the house is very nice.
Yeah.
So,
It's a good thing to mix your, the aesthetic appeal of your home, not just a paint, not just a simple siding, but with stone and brick, it really adds beauty to the home. It really does.
it does. And we had rules like that. So, anyway, I'm going to thank you. We need to wrap up.
Okay.
And I thank you so much, Selina, for coming out
Yeah,
today.
thank you for
and
having me.
Navigating through this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely anybody with questions, they can always call us at the ACC office or come by. We'd love to talk with them.
Good. Thank you for watching, and I hope everybody got something out of this. Remember, we're nonprofit, all volunteer, and join us again next month. Bye.